Hey folks, and welcome to another video of mine. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Metal Hellsinger. Is it a hell of a time or is it just a dud? Now, this is a rhythmic first-person shooter, and that's what's interesting about this game, a rhythmic first-person shooter. Now, right at the start of the game, I would just like to mention that before I got into making this video, this video game footage unfortunately got corrupted. I mean, I recorded twice. The first time I recorded for 30 minutes. Unfortunately, the file got corrupted because of some reason. Therefore, I had to record it again. And the second time, I was only able to get, say, about 13 or 14 minutes of footage. So this is that video. Just thought I'll mention that because you may not see this game start off right at the beginning. So, yeah, that's something that I thought I should mention right at the start. Now, apart from that, there are a few things that I would like to talk about this game. Especially when you talk about the settings of this game, you get two graphical options. One is a performance mode and one is a resolution mode. Of course, I'm going to be playing this game on the performance mode. And my reason of playing this only in the performance mode is one of the reasons as to why I was excited to try this game out. Now, I know I'm trying this pretty late. There are already many videos on YouTube about the same game. But I would like to mention that on the Xbox Series S, and the reason of my excitement was, while playing on the Xbox Series S, this game runs at 120 FPS. Yes, you heard that right. 120 FPS is available on the Xbox Series S. Now, that's one of the first reasons as to why I wanted to try this game out. Now, the second reason is it's available on Game Pass. So you don't have to pay any extra bucks for it. You like it, you play it, and you delete it. If you don't like it, that is. But if you like it, you can just keep it and keep on playing it. That's another great thing about this. Now, right at the start of the game, this game kind of took me by surprise because oftentimes when we think about hell, we think about fiery pits of hell. Yeah, I mean, we're thinking about a hot place with lava, etc., and all that stuff. But this introduces us to this pretty cold and icy hell. So this is the first level of hell, it seems. And if I just pan the camera around and if I look around, then you will notice that the resolution on this game is surprisingly pretty good. Now, I don't know exactly what resolution this game plays on, whether it's 1080p or 1440p. Hey, it might be dynamic 1440p for that, but I don't know that. If you have that information, then you can just post that in the comment section. I would greatly appreciate it. But I will say this, that due to the advancements in technology and due to temporal anti-aliasing, in a lot of these modern games, jaggies are not really an issue, even with the Xbox Series S. So if you think that you're going to find jaggies on this, in very, very small areas of the game, I would say. And certain objects have that shimmering effect or those, jaggies. But for the most of it, for, I would say 95+% of the game, it looks pretty darn good. Really good. So that's why I'm saying, it actually might be a dynamic 1440p, but I don't exactly have that information. Now, as far as how does the 120 FPS perform, well, see for yourselves. It is fantastic. Now, I was playing this on my Samsung AU9070, and my television is not capable of 4K 120Hz, so it's like a perfect fit for my Xbox Series S. Now, my TV, it can do 1080p at 120Hz, and most of these games, even if you look at these consoles, most of these games are either at 1440p or 1080p when it comes to 120 FPS, and this game is no exception to that. So this is, on the Xbox Series S at least, 120 FPS, but maybe with those reduced resolution, I would say. So looks quite good, however, quite good in fact, in terms of the texture quality, etc. Yeah, there is a bit of a softening if I compare this with maybe something like an Xbox Series X or the PC, but hey, that comes with the kind of money that you pay for the Xbox Series S, yeah? And I think for that it is more than respectable. Now, as far as the gameplay goes, the reason why I was disappointed, and I say it is a bad news at the start of the video, was because at the start of the video, you kind of start off with just a sword. So there are different weapons that you will come across. What starts off with just a sword then goes on to a firing skull. Yes, I mean, right now, say about 30+ minutes in, you also get access to the shotgun that you're currently seeing, the shotgun with a skull on it. Pretty darn neat, I say, it looks. So this is something that you get as a third weapon. So you start off with a sword, then you move on to that firing skull, and then finally have the shotgun. So unfortunately, I'm not able to show you the other two. Well, you do have an option of toggling between these various weapons by just clicking on RB on your controller. So you can do that. But for the most of it, while I'm playing first-person games, especially first-person shooters, I like ranged combat over melee combat. So I've not been a fan of first-person melee combat. That's why I chose to go along with the shotgun instead of the sword for the hack and slash. But hey, it's there. If you like hack and slash, then you're gonna enjoy that, I would say. And another option for ranged weapons is that firing skull. Kind of cool, you know. I mean, looks like black magic or voodoo, and it's cool to see bullets firing out of that skull. But for the effectiveness of the weapon, I would say this shotgun so far has been the most effective in terms of weapon damage. So that's why I chose to go along with this for the sake of this second demo video that I'm recording. Now, it's a very level or area based game. So you progress from one area to another. Kind of reminds me of Devil May Cry 5 as well, or Devil May Cry games, because when you move from one area to another, you're kind of locked in that area until you clear the hordes of enemies that are coming at you. So speaking of the enemies, so far in my 45 minutes of time, I think I came across 3 enemy types. And these 3 enemy types, they have a distinct way of attacking. Now, they're these skeletal guys who just lunge at you. You know, I mean, they'll come running at you. As you can see, you know, they're jumping and lunging at you. And they can deal quite a bit of damage, not quite a lot. The second guy is the one with the ranged weapon. As you can see, you know, these guys, well, they deal ranged damage to you, and they're comparatively tougher to take down. So not only do they throw some kind of a grenade, kind of a fireball, but they also have like this sort of a machine gun. So they can even get you from a distance. But speaking of the enemy types, now, even if you play this game on the easy difficulty level, it is not such an easy game. It's quite challenging. As you can see on screen, these enemies, they're not some dull bots or AI enemies who do nothing on screen. They're pretty active. So for the most of it, they were chasing me around the screen. As you can see, I've been very active. I've been moving around from one place to the other, because the moment you stand still, you're a dead duck. So the only way of making sure you take these enemies down is by moving all over the area or this level, as you can see. And that's what's great about this, is the movement and the way it communicates with you while you're playing this game. Is that 120 FPS, it does come handy when you're playing a game like this where there's such a lot of movement. Now, these enemies are tough to take down, but not that difficult in the easy mode. But I can say that I'd be pretty interested to find out how it actually performs in those higher difficulty levels. Meaning, if I dial that difficulty up a notch or maybe 2, then I think I'm going to have a really tough time. And I guess people who are really suckers for, you could say, challenging games, I think you're going to have a heck of a time, or rather, should I say, a hell of a time, just like I did with this game so far. I really enjoyed this. Now, for a person who does not play first-person titles, because if you check out my other gaming videos, I'm a big fan of third-person action-adventure RPGs like Assassin's Creed, God of War, etc., all of those type of games. So for me, I don't really play a lot of first-person titles, but this was a kind of a pleasant surprise for me. I did enjoy this. Now, the thing that I would like to mention is that this is not a story-heavy game. So people who don't like those intrusive cutscenes every 10 minutes or 5 minutes or so, they're going to have a ball of a time with this, because it's all about gameplay. As far as this game goes, there are hardly any cutscenes. In fact, my entire 45 minutes, I would say, the cutscenes did not even make up 1 minute of screen time. I think so, maybe, yeah. So that's how less of a cutscene element is there in the game. For most of it, it's just pure out and out insane level of action. Now, it did remind me of a game like Doom as well. And just like I said at the start of the video, this is a rhythmic first-person shooter. So it's kind of mixing Doom along with something like these mobile rhythmic games. But I say that in a good way, by the way. They've done that. Oh, man, that enemy, it took half my life away. Now, this is the third type of enemy that I came across, and they are mean. They're really mean. So the moment you see these guys, stay away from them, because one slash from their sword and you can see it, almost gone. So luckily for you, you have these green crystal shards spread across the different areas or levels that you will be coming across. They're not sparingly there, but I think they're just there so that you don't die all the time. Another way of making sure that you are not dead is by clicking on that RS button on your controller, so that you do like a quick kill and you get a bonus for that. You get these green crystal shards. which give you more life, or it increases your life in the life meter. So that's another way of making sure that you're not dead. But I have one complaint with this game. I'm not sure if it's with just my game, with my controller maybe, but when you press RS, it didn't work 100% of the time. Now, I did play other games with the same controller post this as well. The RS completely worked on my other games. So I'm guessing that it's a problem with this game. I'm not sure though. So if you have faced the same issue of not being able to quick kill while pressing that RS, then let me know in the comment section, because I would like to know that, because that was an irritating aspect of this game while I was playing this. So see, I mean, it was not work. It did work now. So it worked most of the times. Only a few times it didn't work. So that was I would say, the only annoying bit. But even if it is a problem, it can easily be fixed by a software update. So that's not something that I'm really bothered about. In terms of the sheer joy that you get out of playing this game, I would say it's really high up there. And even if you check up, Metacritic scores or user reviews of this game, I think everybody who's played this game, who has got their hands on this game, have really enjoyed this title. And the fact that this is included in Game Pass is just icing on the cake, because I don't even have to pay anything extra for this game. Yeah, so that's really good. Yeah. Now is where you finally move from those icy areas over to more of what looks like hell. These molten lava or waterfalls cascading down, and these warm, you could say, areas, warm-looking areas rather. This has hell written all over it. So, but as you can see, the 120 FPS, it's really smooth. I think in my entire 45 minutes that I had with this game, I did not experience any frame drops. It performed like a charm. So it's really good in terms of performance, and that's what's so interesting about Xbox Series S. I mean, in terms of performance, it hasn't disappointed me so far in terms of the games that I've played as far as performance goes. Well, resolution, it's a different story, but hey, it's a $300 console. So I think the softer textures are something that you should get used to if you've got the Xbox Series S. But in terms of the performance, man, it's a beast. 60 FPS, 120 FPS here in this case, yeah. So that's what's so great about the Xbox Series S. And this game, I would say, was good fun, or rather is good fun. So if you've not been able to get it, well, I would again like to mention that this is included in Game Pass, so you don't even have to shell extra dollars for it. Go try it out, check it out. Let me know in the comment section as to what you feel about this game. I'd be very happy to know what you feel about it. And if you've liked what you've seen in this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you could hit that like and subscribe button, and also that bell icon, because every time I put out a new... Oh, by the way, forgot to tell you, don't do that, because when you fall off a cliff, you're a goner. Yeah? So you better be careful. Stay away from those edges. So I was saying, every time I put out a video, if you hit the bell icon, then you will get a notification that a new video of mine has come out. So I would appreciate it if you could hit that like, subscribe, and the bell icon. But I would say it's a wrap for this video, folks. Thank you so much for watching. It's been fun. I'll see you in the next one. But until that time, I'll say take care. I'm dead as well. Stay safe. And hey, may God bless you all.